Hey, friends. It's your favorite voice note friend, Quinny Renee, and welcome back to the Talk to Me Nice podcast. And y'all know what I'm here for to talk to y'all nice, but keep it real. Today, I want y'all to listen. Everybody and their mama loves talking about love languages like it's some cute personality quiz or something. We all take the test, find out our number one is words of affirmation, and then we think we've cracked the code to love. But let's be real. Love languages don't always show up like they do on the internet. Like the authentic version, the real life version is nothing like the aesthetic version you get on Instagram. It can be messy, funny, sometimes even petty. And today, that's what I'm about to break down. Love languages. And I'm going to keep it real. Now, words of affirmation is supposed to be all about encouragement, right? Compliments and sweet talk. The IG version is somebody sending you paragraphs about how much they love you and then texting you good morning, beautiful, like every day. Clockwork. It's cute, I know. But the real version, sometimes words of affirmation is just don't talk to me crazy. Don't gaslight me and don't ignore me when I'm expressing myself. Don't make me beg for acknowledgement. Real affirmation is simple. I see you and I appreciate you. I mean, like, you don't gotta quote poetry to me. Just say thanks for cooking dinner. Or I know you were tired. Thank you for doing that anyway. That means more than any good morning text. And let's not even get into the empty words. I mean, like, if you're telling me I'm your everything, but you can't even keep your word on the little things, I'd rather you just hush. Words of affirmation don't work if your actions don't match, period. And acts of service. Now, this is one of my favorite, but listen, love is spelled HELP sometimes. The Instagram version looks like your man surprising you with the whole vacation or cooking candlelight dinners, but the real version is putting gas in my car when it's on E. Okay? Kill the spider in the corner for me so I don't have to do. Take out the trash without me reminding you 47 times. That's acts of service to me. It's the little everyday stuff that screams louder than the grand gestures. You can buy me roses, sure. I love flowers. I want flowers. I want just because flowers. But if you fix the leaky sink or run to Walgreens for me when I'm sick, that's the kind of thing that makes me melt because real love is in the effort, not in the Instagram. I need y'all to get that. Now, gifts. People love to judge this one. Folks here receiving gifts and think it means materialistic. No, the IG version is him saying, buy Chanel bags and pulling out with dozens of roses every Friday. And hey, if you like it, I love it. But the real version is grabbing my favorite candy and snacks when you stop at the gas station, or remembering I need edge control and bringing it to the house, sending me lunch money for work because you know I skip breakfast. It's not a price tag, it's the thought. Like, don't just buy me something to flex. Buy me something that shows you're paying attention to me. Because when you see me, and I mean really see me, that's the real gift. Now, quality time is one that people romanticize a lot. The IG version is matching pajamas and cute vacations, Netflix binging where y'all don't even look at your phones. Man, the real version sometimes is just sitting in the same room on our phones, comfortable in silence, or giving me your undivided attention when I need a vent instead of scrolling and I'm pouring my heart out. Like quality time is not about how much time, it's about the intentionality. Did you choose to really be present with me in this moment? Or are you halfway here and halfway somewhere else? And listen, real quality time can be as simple as running errands together or laughing in the car. It doesn't always got to look picture perfect just to feel meaningful. The last one, physical touch, on Instagram looks like the cute cuddled selfies, kisses in public, and all the cute touchy stuff. The real version, though, that random hand on your back when you're stressed, or a forehead kiss before I head out the door, holding my hand while we're driving, all of those, the booty grabs in the kitchen. Let's not act brand new, y'all. The touch is powerful because it's grounding and it says, I'm here and I'm safe and you're safe too. I want you close. And when it's missing, you feel it heavy. Real love language doesn't have to be a big or performative action. It just needs to be little touches that keep you connected. Now, I know people throw around love languages like it's the secret to world peace, but most of the time, the way these love languages show up in real life is not the Instagram version people post about. Oh, and if you don't know what your love language is, don't feel left out. You've probably been giving and receiving love in your own ways this whole time. All right, now, we talked about what love language should look like. But let's flip it because y'all know me. We got to talk about the red flags too. Like what it looks like when somebody's pretending to speak your love language, but they're really missing the mark. So let's break it down. Somebody who only says the right things when they want something from you. Like suddenly you're Shakespeare when you're trying to get back in my good graces. But when everything is cool, you go silent. That's not affirmation, that's manipulation. I'm gonna repeat that for the ones in the back. That's manipulation. Another red flag is empty compliments. Don't tell me I'm beautiful if you can't respect me. Don't tell me you're proud of me if you never really seen me put in the work. Words without action is just noise. And these acts of service red flags. Like when somebody makes you beg for basic help, like they'll say, just ask me. But when you actually do, they roll their eyes and act like you're a burden. No, that's not love. Like, and I shouldn't have to ask you. If you know I need help and you know I'm in a situation or you know I feel a type of way, why can't you just show up for me how you know I need you to? I shouldn't have to ask for love and care. I shouldn't have to ask for your attention if you know and you're visibly seeing, feeling, hearing me struggle. That is not cool to me, and I hate when people do it. Another one, doing grand gestures for show, but ignoring the little things that I actually need. Like, don't plan a surprise dinner for me as if I haven't been asking you for weeks to take the trash out. The performance is not partnership. And then when it comes to receiving gifts, gifts are used to cover up bad behavior, in my opinion. Like they'll mess up and then throw money at the problem or to erase the disrespect. Nah, my boy, flowers don't heal the trust issues. Flowers don't heal the fact that you lied. Flowers don't heal the principle that you did not be honest or you did not follow through or you did not show up. But thank you. Oh, and don't even come to me with the generic gifts that show no thought. If you've been with me for months or years and still don't know my favorite color, my favorite snacks, or even what I actually like, then what are you here for? Because you're not paying attention. It's not about the money, it's about the intention. Now, I think a quality time red flag is when somebody's physically there but mentally checked out. Like you're sitting next to me, but your whole attention is on TikTok, or more importantly, ESPN. Like the quality time is background noise. Wanting quality time on their terms is not cool. They want you free and available whenever they call, but when you want to see them and there's a date or you want to feel something, it's like whatever. And that's not balance. What irks me about the red flags with physical touch is touching me when you only want sex. Like, if you're only giving me affection because you want something from me, that's not intimacy, that's convenience. And withholding touch as if it's a punishment, like you're mad at me, so now I can't hug and kiss you, that's not healthy. That's control, and that's an issue. Touch should be consistent, not conditional. You should want to touch me even if you're mad. You should want to see me even if you're mad. You don't got to say nothing to me, but you should still love me even if you're mad. And don't confuse the not saying nothing to me as a silent treatment, because that's the form of punishment also. I'm okay with you taking a moment to gather yourself and reconnecting with us because you're upset, but don't punish me. So, yeah, I think that love language has a dark side when it's not rooted in intention or respect. Somebody can claim your love language, but if they're using it wrong, it feels worse than them not trying at all. The real test isn't just are they speaking my love language? It's more of it's like are they doing it with love and consistency and respect? Otherwise, it's just vibes dressed up as effort. And y'all know vibes don't pay the bills. And love don't either. But if we're in this together, I need you to show up 100%. And I'm going to do the same. All right, now, I know I dragged the red flags, but I'm not going to act like there isn't some real green flags when it comes to love languages. Because when somebody does it right, it hits different. And I'm going to break it down what I think green flags of the love languages are. So for words for affirmation, when someone notices the little things and it speaks life into me, like something like, I saw how hard you've been working and I'm proud of you, or I love the way your mind works. It's not just a compliment to me, like it's appreciation and your effort. And I know that you're paying attention. Like I love that. You know what I mean? Another green flag I love is consistency because the nonchalant is epidemic, like I can't take it. So consistency just does it for me. Not just the sweet talk, but the steady, genuine words. Like it makes me feel secure. I think a green flag for acts of services is when you handle me. the way you handle me when the little things aren't working out. Because, I know you're paying attention. Like you're filling up my gas tank because you saw I was on E, or you grabbed some groceries, or even just fixing something that's been working my nerves. Like the thoughtfulness and the partnership, I love that. Now, when you listen to me and you actually show me that you're listening to me instead of me assuming that, you know, and then you disappoint me because you don't show up. Like the real service is about easing my load, like easing my mind and making life easier for me. Receiving gifts now, thoughtful of course is always the way to go. Like meaningful gifts, no matter how big or small, they they help say I heard you. You know what I mean? Like they help say I'm paying attention as well. And my biggest one is just like getting me my snacks. Like I can't stress that enough. When you know my favorite snacks and you're just out, but you're about to come to me or you're about to come home to me, grabbing my favorite snacks because you know I ain't got none, or even if I still have them and I just wanna have some more, or you wanna make sure I have what I want or like that is gonna get it all the time. Like the gifts and getting my favorite snacks, you're gonna get it. Gifts reflect who we are, not just what looks good to us. So the less the dollar amount and the more intention behind it, that's when gifts feel like love. Now, quality time, giving me your undivided attention. When somebody puts their phone down and looks at me and is really present in the moment, even if it's just for like 20 minutes, I love it. I'm gonna eat it up. Like, I'm very much okay with also being in a room with you and you doing your own thing and I'm doing my own thing. That's quality time to me. But it's not the only form of quality time. Like, making time for me and your schedule and being present in that moment, showing up, sometimes just laughing or sitting in silence or cooking dinner together. You know what I mean? Like it's about the presence, not the performance. Now, I know I said consistency earlier, but for physical touch, it's also consistency, like casual affection, the forehead kisses, the random hand holding, the hugs from behind while I'm cooking or we're shopping. That's the type of intimacy and physical touch I love. And I think a lot of women love it too. It could be annoying, but when you have a loving partner, it goes a long way. Respecting the boundaries, you know what I mean? Like real touch is safe and it's comforting when it's not forced or one-sided. The check-ins, all of that, like it's important and it shows up more than the other stuff. So yeah, when love languages are healthy, it's not about being perfect or dramatic. It's about the effort, the thoughtfulness, and the consistency. Green flags are really just love made visible, in words and action and time, gifts and trust, touch. When somebody does it and they do it right, you feel safe, you feel seen, and you feel cared for. Or at least I do. And that's the whole point to me it is. All right now. So we know what love languages look like when they're done wrong, and we know what they look like when they are done right. But here's a real challenge. How do we keep that energy over the years? Because anybody can be sweet in the honeymoon phase, but the real test is maintaining the love language when the relationship is 5, 10, or even 20 years in, after kids, after the bills, after the stress. I got to talk about it. I'm going to keep it real. Over time, words of affirmation can fade. Like you're not intentional, like at first. It's all good morning, beautiful. But years later, it's just like, what up? Like, don't do me like that, babe. Don't do me like that. The way you keep it solid is consistency. You keep telling your partner you see them, you appreciate them, you love them, even for the little things. Like, don't wait until birthdays or anniversaries to give compliments and be specific. I appreciate how you handled that situation today. It hits harder than a generic "you're amazing." You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, people don't grow without needing reassurance. As unfortunate as it seems to give reassurance, to me, it seems like people take it as a burden, but it is very important to keep your partner reassured because in the beginning, like acts of service feel natural, cooking for each other or with each other, helping each other out. But over the years, it can turn into keeping score. Well, I did this, so you should have done that. And that kills the vibe. Like, don't do the tit for tat. To maintain love languages, you have to stay in tune. Don't just be doing the same thing you did 5 years ago. People's needs change and people change. If your partner's stress level looks different now, the kind of help they need is probably different too. So check in. Ask questions like, what can I take off your plate this week? Or, how do I show up for you in this moment? That's how you show love and evolve with them. Now, people think that gifts get boring over time. And I feel like you do run out of things to get someone that has everything. But we've been together long enough. Like, remember that gift isn't about money, it's about the thought. The way you keep it solid is to pay attention to the present version of your partner. The perfume she loved 5 years ago might not be what she's on right now. The shoes she wanted back then might not be what she wants today or he wants today. Stay connected to today. Show up in the present, not the past. Remember, the little gifts matter just as much as the big ones. The favorite snack, the random deliveries, something that says I thought of you. That never goes out of style. And quality time, this one is huge because as life gets busier, quality time is usually the first thing to go. Between work, kids, and family, just being tired, it's easy to stop prioritizing time together. The way to maintain this is to schedule it on purpose. And now I really hate feeling like love is scheduled, but sometimes I understand that it's necessary. Not just date nights, but check-ins. Even 15-minute conversations before bed when you both put your phone down and just pay attention and stay in the moment. Keep doing this stuff together, the fun stuff. Don't let the relationship turn into like a roommate situation where you're just sharing bills. Real love is choosing each other's company again and again, even when life gets hectic. And last but not least, physical touch over time can start to feel like routine. It gets lost when stress and life piles up. To maintain it, I have to say you have to keep finding small ways to connect, like hold hands in public or hug each other when you walk in the door, kiss me goodbye in the morning. Like the little touches build intimacy that lasts, in my opinion. And I think the key is don't let touch only equal intimacy. If the only time you want affection from your partner is when you want sex, that feels transactional. Keep the affection alive in small, casual ways, ways that keep the spark from fading. Maintaining love languages over the years isn't about repeating the same thing forever. It's about paying attention as your partner grows and changing with them. Love is not a one size fits all, y'all. What worked over the years might not work today. The green flags is consistency and evolution. Keep checking in, keep learning, keep showing up. That's how you build a solid relationship that lasts. All right. Now let's get into something juicy. Let's talk about when our love languages clash. Y'all ever been in a situation where your love language is words of affirmation and your partner's is act of service and you're just mad because they're doing stuff but never saying anything? Or your love language is quality time and they love gifts. So you're sitting on the couch feeling ignored while they're buying you another thing you don't really need. The misalignment becomes frustrating, right? Real talk. Love language doesn't always match, and that's okay. The key is awareness. Once we know each other's needs, you can compromise. Maybe you can write a love note with some flowers or spend 30 minutes uninterrupted together. Excuse me. That's how you keep things balanced, though. I'm gonna be honest with y'all, though. I've had moments where someone thought they were speaking my love language, and it was a total fail. See, an example of that was one time my ex thought buying me this designer bag would cover up the fact that he never listened when I was upset. He thought the bag was enough. And I'm sitting here like, honey, the bag is cute, but I need you to see me, not just the bag. The lesson in this, a gift isn't a fix for emotional neglect. And the same goes for other love languages. Consistency and intention will always trump the grand gesture. Let me give y'all my unfiltered opinions about love languages. Just because someone doesn't speak your love language perfectly doesn't mean they don't love you. Love is messy. Social media has really ruined how people view love languages. People flexing about how they speak your love language, but in reality, it's performative. Your partner's love language might change over time, and you can't treat it like it's a static checklist. You know what I mean? Um, Keep it real. Love languages are tools, not rules. Use them to understand each other and not to grade each other. Now, I want y'all to do a little reflection and ask yourself some questions. Ask yourself, what tops of my love language in real life, not just on paper? Which of my partner's love languages do I understand and which do I miss? And where am I slacking and showing love intentionally? Try this week. Pick one small intentional way to speak to your partner's love language. Text your partner something meaningful, cook a meal, or hold hands. Hug them for no reason. Then observe what happens. You'll be surprised how much it shifts the relationship energy. And y'all, we can't forget about the funny side. Sometimes love languages fail in ways that just are ridiculous. Like when he tries to do an act of service but totally messes it up, like washing the clothes and shrinking your favorite sweater. Not the move, my boy. Not the move. Or like when she sends you gifts, but it's so off brand, you wonder if she even knows you. You know what I mean? Pay attention to your partner. Know what he likes, know what she likes. Or the classic, he's giving me quality time, but it's actually just watching TV while he scrolls on Instagram. Baby, I see you, but I don't feel seen by you. So if we're rounding this out, love languages aren't perfect, y'all. They're not always cute, and sometimes they fail hilariously. Hilariously. I can't speak. But they're still powerful. And if you pay attention and stay intentional and evolve with your partner, they can keep your relationship strong for years. Remember, consistency, communication, and understanding trump the grand gesture any day. And don't forget to laugh a little along the way, y'all. Love is messy and it's real, and sometimes it's delusional, and that's okay. And before I wrap this up, I do want to talk about how this affects our mental health. We talked about the cute parts, the real parts, the red flags, the green flags, but let's get serious just for a second. Because when languages aren't being met, it doesn't just make your relationship messy, it can affect your mental health too. And I think some people underestimate that. If your words or affirmations are consistently ignored, if nobody ever acknowledges the efforts, your feelings, or even just say, I see you, it can leave you feeling unseen and unvalued. Over time, that can lead to anxiety, low self esteem, or even depression. You start questioning if you're enough or if anyone's actually noticing you, and that's heavy. When acts of service are missing, the stress of daily life piles up. You're doing everything for yourself, consistently asking for help, and still feeling unsupported. That can lead to burnout, resentment, and a sense of isolation. Relationships are supposed to be a partnership, y'all. When they're not, the mental load gets heavier than it should. Now, receiving gifts. Now, this one is not about materialism, y'all. It's about feeling the thought of it. When someone consistently ignores your needs, don't remember the little things, or uses gifts to cover up bad behavior, it can make you feel undervalued or invisible. The lack of attention can chip away at self worth. So, quality time is about the presence and the connection and intimacy. When you're physically there but mentally checked out, or when you're rarely prioritized, it can lead to feeling lonely and emotional disconnection. Even in long term relationships, neglecting this need can make people feel isolated or like they're just roommates instead of partners. And physical touch is huge for emotional security. You know, when we touch each other, we release oxytocin. That lowers our stress, reduces anxiety, and makes us feel connected. When you're starved of touch, or it's inconsistent or conditional, it can cause tension, feelings of rejection, and emotional distress. Your brain literally misses the connection. So, yeah, love languages aren't just cute concepts. When they're missing, it can affect your mental health in real ways. It can cause anxiety, stress, low self esteem, even burnout and loneliness. That's why it is so important to identify your love language and communicate it, and why it's just as important to notice your partner struggling in these areas too. Healthy love isn't just about romance, it's about emotional survival. And y'all know I don't sugarcoat anything. Taking care of your mental health in a relationship means making sure these needs are being met consistently in real life. All right, y'all. That's the wrap on today's deep dive into love languages, the real, the messy, the green flags, the red flags, how to maintain them over the years, even how they impact our mental health. Here's the bottom line. Love languages aren't about perfection. They are about intentionality, consistency, and showing up for the people you care about in ways that actually need and not just ways they think they should. So here's my challenge for you before our next episode. Pick one love language you want to strengthen in your life, whether that's speaking it for yourself or receiving it from someone else, and do one intentional thing every day to nurture it. No grand gestures required, just real consistent effort. Remember, love isn't a checklist. It's messy, it's beautiful, and it's worth the work. Pay attention, friends. Communicate, evolve with your people, and don't forget to laugh along the way. Thank you so much for riding with me on this episode. I appreciate you showing up, listening, and investing in your own growth and in your relationship. Until next time, let's talk nice, but always keep it real.